Another dramatic monologue, which takes a character from fiction, is Havisham. In Dickens's novel Great Expectations, Miss Havisham is the disappointed, bitter and rejected person who was jilted on her wedding day and has spent the rest of her life still dressed in her wedding gown, watching the wedding cake decay as mice eat away at it and spiders weave their webs over it. Generally speaking, Dickens's presentation of Miss Havisham is not a flattering one and not an affectionate one. She's so poisoned by her own feelings that she wants to poison other people's lives, and she makes it her business to take her revenge on the young Pip, and she uses Estella as a way of taunting him and making him feel miserable, as a way of repaying mankind for the misery she's received from men. Well, Carol Ann Duffy's poem Havisham takes the same character and shows her bitter, disappointed, hurt, and in a way could make her easily seem a heartless and cruel and pitiless person. But she's still torn. She begins with a line, "Beloved sweetheart bastard." So it's a poem about mixed feelings. It's a poem which shows that somewhere between love and hate there's a sort of territory which, in this case, causes her still to be torn between fond memories and a wish for revenge. And at the end of the poem, she ends up with saying that it's only the heart that breaks. She's emotional, not hard. Well, what we have here is Duffy yet again exploring the effects of hurt on a character. This time, the feeling is bitterness as a result of being rejected and humiliated. But there's something more than just that feeling there. There's a complex mixture of feelings in this poem, and it may well be that two readers looking at the Havisham figure will come to very different conclusions. One reader could respond to the poem by seeing the character as totally twisted and bitter and negative, taken over by anger, her own life poisoned by her own feelings of rejection, and no ability to get on with her life. She's cheated herself out of a happy life because she can't forget the misery. Another reader, though, might look at it in a different way and see her as a victim, somebody who's been emotionally crippled by hurt and rejection, and is struggling to cope with all the damage that that sort of painful experience leaves. So you can sympathise with Havisham, or you can feel that there's nothing to sympathise with her. That's for you to decide. When you're looking for comparisons, with poems by Armitage, you could go for Kid, you could go for Hitcher, or you could go for Those Bastards in Their Mansions. All three of those poems explore similar effects of feeling rejected or unvalued, and show how people can be motivated to do extreme things by something which could have hurt them a long time ago. If you're looking for comparisons from the pre-1914 bank, two which immediately present themselves are of old women looking back on something that's caused them grief, and The Affliction of Margaret is not about a lover who's lost, it's about her own son who walked out on her and has never reappeared. But a useful comparison is with Margaret's grief and how she handles it, and also with Yeats's poem, The Song of the Old Mother, another poem in which she looks back on what seems to be an unjust life of misery and hard work, and feelings of jealousy about the young people who don't have such an experience.